G'day mate and welcome to Satisfactory with me, Jetty. Today I'm going to go over a little bug, a little feature, a little tidbit that's been added to the game with version 1.0, and that is how to duplicate items. And I want to not only show how to do it, but I want to explain why it happens. And it's actually a feature. Let's go with a feature that is introduced with 1.0. Now, if you don't like the fact that you can duplicate items inside Satisfactory, that's entirely up to you. My comment to that is, well, Satisfactory is a single player game, so the only person you're technically cheating is yourself. If you're okay cheating yourself, then by all means, duplicate away. This is not the only way you can invent items inside the game, but that's a whole different discussion for a whole nother time. What I want to do is I want to talk about this particular bug and how it was introduced, and also, well, demonstrate how it can be done. Also, if you want to really get into it, how to expedite the process. Anyway, well, first thing I want to do is I want to grab a merger. Yes, I do have custom colors for my build gun just to make my life a little bit easier. So we want to put one of these here. I want to put another one. Let's go with cardinal directions. One there, one there. Can I get the next one, say here, and the next one there? All right. Then we're going to need a belt, and we're just going to come. Can I get a little bit closer, please? We're going to get a belt, and we're going to go from there to here. I'm going to have the straight mode on just so we can sort of demonstrate our square a little bit better, but the concept is the same no matter what. What we want to do is we want to make a. We want to put you in the correct location. We want to have a circle of belts. Well, we want to have a continuous belt. That's what we're aiming for. So can I get you to go to there, you go to there? Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I need to get my merger, and I want to put my merger, on that belt. And what I actually want to do is I want to hold control so it attaches to the merger I have on the outside. Because what I really need to do is this little join between the two belts where that conveyor pole is, that's really where I need to put this merger. So once I put that down, that goes on. We still have this belt and this belt as two separate belts. But when 1.0 came out, they had the feature that when you removed a connector, well, a merger or a splitter, it used to leave a gap because the belt physically got removed in the middle. And what they did in 1.0 is they merged the two together, which is really, really nice. And what the game tries to do is it tries to average out all the items on the left-hand side and the right-hand side together and put them on this continuous belt section. But they might not have thought about what happens if, well, we go from half a belt, a quarter belt, and a quarter belt to a whoop. Okay, that one failed. That wasn't lined up. Can we get you? You probably missed the belt. There. Okay, that side, remove you. There we go. We now have a 3/4 belt and a 1/4 belt. And then if I remove you, I should have a solid belt. So with the solid belt now, if I take a storage chest and I put a storage chest here, and I feed it in with any item, let's go with, look, 50 sloops. And we have to wait for the 50 sloops to go on the belt. It is a Mark 1 belt. It's going to take a minute, but that's perfectly fine. We've got a little bit of time to talk. It means that what actually happens is this belt's going to end up with 50 sloops on it. But when I remove that merger, it's going to try and make the belt whole, i.e. make everything on one side of the merger and everything on the other side of the merger average out. As there is a total of, well, eventually 50 sloops on there, 50 plus 50 is 100. And that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to end up putting 100 sloops on this particular belt. So what I'd like to do is, whilst we wait for this, whilst we finish talking through this, I'd just like to ask a very simple question if I could, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like on these sort of demonstration videos. If you didn't like the video, you didn't think it was informative, by all means, you can have your like back, but I just like to borrow it in the meantime. Yeah, we've still got a little, and one other thing I want to show you, it's a blueprint to sort of speed this process up if you're interested. But yeah, we now have 50 sloops on here. So can I remove that? And we can see the belt did the flashy thing, which means it tried to merge itself together. And it says I have 100. Now, it doesn't look like I have 100 because what's actually happening is it's trying to come back to this point. This point right here is where, well, one side of the belt and the other side of the belt are separate belts. So the first 50 that are on there stop moving. The other 50 are still moving their way around the particular belt until they get to the end. Now, there is one very important thing, and that is don't fully max out this particular belt when you're loading it up, because if you do, well, the items disappear. Yeah, in some testing, I might have lost a few hundred coupons in testing this particular design. But yes, we can now see I have 100 sloops. If I deconstruct that, open up in my inventory, I now have 100 sloops. Nice and easy. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is blueprints. Double it. I'd like to double it, please. Can I pop you, say here, Exact same concept. The only difference is, well, I've gone through the hassle of putting down all the different mergers, all the different belts, and as you can see, as it's being built, it's one continuous, very, very long belt. Sure, it does have some clipping. I apologize to those that are of the anti-clipping club, but you know, if you're of the anti-clipping club, you're probably also on the anti-duplication club. So we're going to load this guy up. Look, you can have 50 of those and 100 of those, and it's going to take a little while to fill this one up. But once it's full, and I remove this particular merger here, it's going to go through the same flashy business, and you're going to end up with, well, 100 Mercer spheres and 200 sloops, which is technically more sloops that are available in the game. Now, look, as I said, it's a single player game. If you wish to cheat, that's entirely up to you. The only person you're technically cheating is yourself, so who cares? In saying that, this is not the only way. You can go like under Satisfactory calculator, upload your save file, say I want in this particular storage 1,000 sloops, and away you go. You can also do the same by just turning on advanced game mode settings and say I want 1,000 sloops in my inventory, and same story. It's not the only way, and that's why it's definitely a feature. It's an interesting feature. It also means that in the past, when you've been deleting a merger off a belt, chances are you've been duplicating items like only 1 or 2 or 3 at a time as the belts have been merging together, because the mergers have a buffer inside them. And those items inside the buffer are still disappearing as far as the game is concerned, but they're also, the 2 belts either side are often adding extra items. So you're in a tricky situation where you've probably been duplicating things for quite some time. But yes, if you're interested in this particular blueprint, it is available on my Discord server. Link is always down in the description. And with that said, I have 50 spheres and 100 sloops. And when I remove that, well, now I have 100 sloops and 200 spheres. And I'm not patient enough to watch for this or wind all the way around, but I will ask, whilst we, run the credits, etc., can I consider hitting the subscribe button at the same time, because I currently have a Let's Play on Satisfactory and a bunch of tips and tricks videos coming down the pipeline as we speak. Just thought I'd throw this one in really quickly in case the devs decide to patch it, but honestly, as I said, with a single player game, I don't think they will. Anyway, with all that said and done, that is it for me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Oh, I did want to add very quickly that if you're impatient and you wanted to, well, upgrade all the belts from Mark 1 through to, say, Mark 6, then by all means, upgrade the whole lot. It works perfectly fine. And I have to admit that I am definitely going to be using my powers, my newfound powers, for nothing but good by, well, making sure I can duplicate all the pale berries I possibly can to feed all the doggos, because everybody, including the pioneers, should at least have a daily meal. I don't care what Ada says, all the doggos should definitely get at least 1 meal a day, along with preferably the pioneer. But as we can see, we have 150, and if I pull that out, well, I now have 300 berries, which is going to save me a lot more time, which means I'm getting a whole lot more automation done, and hopefully I'll finish Project Assembly before time runs out. Anyway, that is it. That is everything that I wanted to add. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I hope that you also use your power to feed a doggo near you.